Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with the day of the crypto news and analysis, and I hope everybody is having a great day or a great night. We are almost to the home stretch of Friday, and I'm very excited about that. But nonetheless, today we're going to be talking about QNT and also XRP. There's a lot of things to talk about in regards to these two, more so specifically interoperability and why it is needed, as well as things that are unfolding right before our eyes. Now, before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask if you guys are new or not new to the channel, if you guys could leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. But with that in mind, let's discuss what is happening. So we are still seeing a little bit of red throughout the market, but for the most part, we have been sitting stable. Not much has changed. Specifically, not much has changed since even yesterday. So prices are fairly just kind of sitting there at a snooze fest, if you will, because I know it's not exciting, it's boring. Most altcoins are kind of still doing their own little movements. You know, we do see ADA up about 11%, which is not much at all. For the most part, a lot of altcoins are just kind of sitting stable as well. I mean, it's boring, to be completely honest with you guys. But with this in mind, this is actually fairly bullish for us, and you might be wondering why. Well, it's because Bitcoin, the longer that it consolidates sideways, the more and more that the cycle actually gets pushed into 2022. So, you know, for Bitcoin, safer so it doesn't pop until, let's just say, the end of December, maybe even, you know, January. Then most of our altcoins will be pushed a month ahead of that, similar to what we did in 2017 and 2018. Now, with this in mind, we're also talking more so about Bitcoin possibly not even having its topping point until, you know, the middle of quarter, you know, one or quarter two possibly. So still, in my mind, XRP and QNT are very bullish. I know QNT is not getting a lot of love right now, considering the fact that it has been pushing down and down and down. Right now it's sitting at about $200, which is totally fine. In my opinion, I don't think that there's really anything wrong with these prices. And honestly, if you know the technology behind QNT, you really wouldn't care about the price action right now. I know that a lot of you were not buying this at $12, $13, $40, $50, whatever the case may be. A lot of us, you know, we were buying back here at about like $30. That's pretty much when I really started talking to you guys about QNT. But for the most part, the thing about QNT is that the price right now is not even close to reflecting its actual utility and the major use that it does have behind it, which is interoperability. Interoperability is one of the biggest and the most undervalued pretty much use cases within this space. So, you know, don't think that a $200 QNT is like, you know, it's a bad thing. I look at it as a good thing realistically, and we're going to be talking about that. But before we fully jump in this video, I just want to let you guys know, if you are interested in getting my trading indicators, my exit plans, stuff like that, I do have a lot of things on this website. You guys are more so, you know, available to do so if you want to on NCashOfficial.com. Links are down in the description below as well as in the comments below. The best deal for your buck is the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack, which is on sale 35% off currently, which does include everything on the website as well as all feature content for free. Of course, you guys are not obligated to purchase anything like that, but I'm just letting you guys know for anybody who is interested. Now, let's talk about a lot of these, you know, major assets. So first off, we always look at XRP, XDC, XLM, ALGO, QNT, Casper, HBAR, VET, all these other assets. We always look at them in what could they solve? What is the main reason why we would even jump into, you know, say or so QNT or XRP, right? You know, yeah, sure, they have these great use cases behind them, but are they being utilized right now currently? Well, the answer is actually yes. XRP is being utilized right now. QNT is being utilized right now. XLM. All of these assets, for the most part, are being utilized currently. But that's not the best thing. The best thing is the fact that we're not even in the last home stretch phase of what is to come for a lot of these altcoins. Like, for an example, XRP. XRP has not been adopted in for its main utility case. A lot of these assets actually haven't either. But in terms of what's going on, we always look at the use cases behind them, like interoperability, central banks and ODL, stuff like that. You know, these are huge use cases in the long-term span of things. We are investors here. I'm not a day trader. I know that there is traders who are probably, you know, frustrated with the price of QNT that want to kind of just sell and take some profit and then reinvest. I get that, but I'm not a day trader. I am an investor into utility tokens that I know will provide immense value long term. Now, if you guys did miss out on this little thread from Gilbert Verdian, who is the CEO of Quant Network, now this goes all the way back to 2019, where we did see, talks about CBDCs, in regards to DLTs and all that kind of stuff. And he is still continuing the talks on this. But this is a massive breaking or a massive, pretty much massive thread of pretty much everything that has been going on in terms of CBDCs from the day that they broke out into this market to now. And currently, if we're going all the way down this list to his last entry point, which was just recently actually, so let me go. So here we go. ECB, okay? Occasional paper on CBDC scope, pricing and controls, private sector participants and innovation, e.g. payment service provider, PSPs. CBDCs will eventually play as a store of value and means of payments. A key challenge is to balance these. And of course, here you guys could see those. Now, they're talking about so much more here. They're actually saying, a CBDC should be offered in the form of all major payment instruments, including cards, mobile payments, and desktop access, and be as convenient as existing private solutions. Allow fully anonymous payments to protect privacy, allow offline payments, allow instant credit transfers to any commercial bank, and direct debits, be programmable, and allow smart contracts for advanced uses in industry and commerce, promote financial inclusion, be usable by those without bank accounts or mobile phones, be available for international use to strengthen the international role of the currency. This is happening right now. This is exactly what we have been waiting for. And this is from the European Central Bank, by the way. And this is moving very fast, and it's moving very fast around the world. You can pretty much read this entire thread about this. It's pretty much a breakdown of everything. We even look at Bank of America, which is an XRP, or I should say an XXRP or Ripple, pretty much partner. Digital asset primer in brief, only the first inning. CBDCs, when not if regulation is here, corporations aren't risking being left behind. Interoperability is a challenge that needs a solution. Interoperability. And of course, you look at Overledger, and Overledger solves this. Q&T solves this. We just hear the fundamentals haven't changed, just the prices. MIT works with the Fed on a CBDC. SDX works with the Swiss National Bank and the BIS on a Swiss CBDC. SIA works with the Bank of Italy on a digital euro. Nexi works with the ECB on a digital euro. Ripple plus Q&T. Understand what you guys are holding right now, because they are working together closely. And we do see here, state of play, CBDCs, building this infrastructure will require the collaboration of both public and private companies, with CBDCs necessitating new payment rails to be designed to facilitate interoperability between different crypto and digital currencies. And when we're talking about this, interoperability is the biggest piece of the puzzle. They need to solve it, and the only way to solve it is by using Q&T. And of course, there's other, interoperable ways. If you pretty much look at in terms of a currency payment rail, you could use XRP as a bridge currency, but it still needs to be interoperable with CBDCs. Now, of course, listen to Lagarde. They really don't want any cryptos to compete with fiat. She brings up high energy consumption, pay attention, and CBDCs. The central banks need to work with the private sector to achieve interoperability. Focus on those, Q&T, XRP, etc. And it is the truth. Listen closely.
So for hundreds of years, governments and central banks have issued currency, and the currency is used for things to buy things, sell things, and so forth, and to price assets. Now some people have come along and invented various things called cryptocurrencies. Central banks are trying to adjust to what that means for them. So do you think that cryptocurrencies are a plus for the global economy, or is it too early to tell?
Cryptos are not currencies. Full stop. Cryptos are highly speculative assets that claim their fame as currency, possibly, but they're not. They are not. I think we have to distinguish between cryptos that are those highly speculative, suspicious occasionally, and high intensity in terms of energy consumption assets, but they're not a currency. On the other hand, you have those stable coins that are beginning to proliferate, which some big techs are trying to promote and push along the way, which are a different animal and need to be regulated where there has to be oversight that corresponds to the business that they are actually conducting, irrespective of how they name themselves. And in all that, you have the central banks who are prompted by demand of customers to produce something that will make the central bank and central bank currencies fit for the century we're in, which is why we're now all looking at CBDC, central bank digital currencies, so that instead of having banknotes and cash in our pockets or in our wallet, we can have exactly the same thing, but in a digital form. So all of us are working on this, and certainly I was keen to push the CBDC issue on our agenda, because I believe that we have to stand ready for that.
And I mean, first off, digital currencies, crypto. Crypto is digital currencies. You could pay, you could buy, and pretty much transact with pretty much anything if it is a currency, and that is what digital currencies are. You could buy pretty much anything with XRP. You could buy anything with, a lot of, currencies within the space. So in my mind, I think that she's wrong on that. But overall, it doesn't matter because she is focusing on CBDCs and these private sector, pretty much big named individuals in the financial institutional space. They are talking more so about CBDCs. They need interoperability because interoperability allows all the networks to be connected. And of course, it is a big deal. Okay, interoperability is a big deal. That is why QNT is going to have such a massive price target for it, because it's going to be the network of networks for all of the future finance, which when we're talking about XRP, QNT is already working with XRP, or Ripple, I should say, in regards to the Digital Pound Foundation for a UK CBDC, and I think that that's huge. And we do see here that there is a few cryptocurrencies here, Electronium, QNT, and of course Ripple. So, focus on what is being built behind closed doors, because this is the future. And of course, we do see here interoperability is the final stage of long-term DOT developments. Take SIA for example, 580 banks. They started building on R3 Corda in 2017. QNT joined the party for an interoperability in 2020. QNT journey is yet to begin, with institutions going live in 2022. Be patient, you're going to make it. And this is the truth. This goes all the way back to 2017. 600 banks and corporates, sorry. I wanted to say corporations, but it's all good. SIA and R3 partnered to accelerate the adoption of blockchain applications, right? And then, of course, on the next slide here, the 24th of, well, I guess that's just in 2020, that's pretty much June of 2020, Quant Network and SIA successfully tested blockchain interoperability. Why do you think this happens, right? What do you think is happening behind the closed doors right now? Because, of course, R3 Corda can provide interoperability. They need something that is going to provide interoperability, and Quant Networks, through the Overledger network, provides that. That is why it is such a big focus point for pretty much all of these companies that are focusing on stablecoins and even CBDCs. Visa working on an interoperability platform for stablecoins and CBDCs. And don't get me wrong, I think that this is pretty big, and we've talked about this in the past. But I don't think that this is going to kill anything. I don't think that there's going to be too much competition for QNT, because QNT has already built the rails. All right, they're already in place. They can be utilized at any point in time. In fact, they are being utilized right now, but we're just not in a utility-driven market yet. And of course, we do see the World Economic Forum releases findings of interoperability study on 3 CBDCs, and of course, they are saying here that if the central bank decides to grant cross-border access to the CBDC and it wants to support interoperability with foreign CBDCs, then it needs to create communication protocols and standards to enable domestic and foreign CBDCs to exchange information seamlessly. That's what they need. They need interoperability. And of course, in terms of the implementation technology, central bank digital currencies can make use of a combination of different technologies, such as traditional centralized databases and systems, shared databases, or distributed ledger technologies. In this context, achieving interoperability is complex given the different technology options being used. But it's really not complex. Okay, the problems it's already been solved. And of course, this is talking through, a Thinking Crypto podcast. RippleX General Manager Monica Long spoke about developing CBDCs worldwide and also stressed on the need for interoperability between systems. Okay, and then she suggested that the XRP ledger could be a way to achieve this, and it could. They could provide interoperability, but in my mind, I still think that QNT is going to be leveraged the way that it's supposed to. And of course, the stablecoin boom won't continue without decentralized interoperability. Understand what we need. We need QNT. QNT it's a necessity in terms of this market. Okay, that's why when I look at $198, or even if this comes down lower, right, $187 on the 24-hour span, on the 1-month span, that was our lowest price there. Okay, that to people are like, oh, well, this is just a garbage coin. It's continuing to go down in value, blah blah blah, whatever. 12 million in circulating supply, and the supply is getting eaten up every single day. The holders tab continues to thrive. Okay, the supply diminishing, especially on exchanges. This is an asset that people want. This is an asset that, in my mind, is extremely undervalued, and the upside potential here you could just throw a couple zeros to the end of this, because this is more so a Bitcoin level asset. And when I say that is I mean it will have Bitcoin's prices very soon. Once all of the bridges are built, once all the, water is flowing in terms of transactions and money, that's the end game. QNT will be leveraged the way that it needs to be. And XRP also plays a huge role here. Do not disregard XRP at all, because XRP is working with QNT, or I should say Ripple is working with them. But of course we know that XRP is going to play a huge role as well in terms of on-demand liquidity, the HODL problems, right? They need that on-demand liquidity. Notional Vostro accounts will be replaced. Pre-approved payments will be replaced. Those accounts will be unlocked. $26 trillion or $27 trillion in value will flow back into the ecosystem. And it's going to be incredible, to say the least. And I'm going to be happy to be a part of it, because I am a long-term investor. I am not a day trader on QNT. In my mind, I think that QNT is a perfect buy and hold asset. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.